Hey there, Medicare Joe here again with today's Medicare Basics series, and we're going to dive into Medicare Part A and what it actually covers, but more importantly, what it doesn't cover. And that way you can avoid unexpected bills from rolling in thinking something was covered by Part A, but in the end, it just wasn't. So what is Medicare Part A? Well, Part A, as you watched in our last video, is a part of your original Medicare option. And Part A is the hospital insurance of Medicare. So what that means is it really covers you for any type of inpatient hospital stays, skilled nursing care, again, short-term, overnight skilled nursing care, and then hospice care as well. Now, if you think about this coverage, think about it as if you were admitted somewhere, that is where Part A is kicking in. Now, what it does not cover is long-term care, nursing home care, anything that's outside of the hospital like doctor services, outpatient care. That again is all under Part B, which we'll talk more about in the Part B explained video. The biggest surprise that people have when it comes to Part A is what is not covered in terms of like skilled nursing care and what that looks like. So we're going to dive into all that in today's video. To start off, let's talk about the cost. So if you or your spouse has worked at least 40 quarters, a total of 10 years, you qualify for Part A free. There's no premium. And for those that haven't worked that many quarters or had a spouse that did, you do have to pay for Part A. The premium's over $500 a month. But for most people watching this video, your Part A premium is going to be free. And you'll be able to sign up for Part A 3 months before your effective birth month of turning 65, again, unless you have qualifications through disability, which we explained on the video prior. Now, for those that are getting onto Medicare, turning 65, 3 months before is when the Part A enrollment period starts, and you'll get qualified for Part A, again, premium free typically for most people, and that is going to be your hospital coverage. So what are the costs around that? I'm going to pop a graphic here up on the screen as well so you can see this. You have your hospital deductible. So when we think about deductible, we think about, okay, that's my yearly deductible that I have to meet for the year. Well, with Part A, it's different. You have what's called a per benefit period deductible. So if you're hospitalized anywhere from 0 to 60 days, that's what's called a benefit period. And the deductible that has to be met is $1,676 as of 2025. And that cost typically is covered by a Medicare supplement plan, which we'll talk a little bit more about. But if you have just Part A by itself with no additional coverage, you have a $1,676 deductible at the hospital that has to be met first on a per benefit stay. So if you're admitted to the hospital, that's that $1,676. 3 months goes by, you're admitted again, boom, you'll have to pay another deductible at that point because it's per benefit period. Now, from days 61 to 90, if you're in the hospital for an extended stay, right, at that point, days 61 to 90, you're paying $419 per day for the hospital night copay. And then from days 91 to 150, you're paying $816 a day. And after day 150, you're paying 100% out of pocket. And again, this is why a Medicare supplement plan is almost always purchased with Part A of Medicare, because it doesn't make sense to have all these exposures of Part A, which is what the supplement will actually cover in its entirety. Now, what it doesn't cover, though, and where you really need to focus on with Part A is skilled nursing care. So hospital admission is one thing, that's inpatient coverage. You got all these co-pays, but ultimately that's why people add a Medicare supplement plan or choose a Medicare Advantage plan to cover those costs. Now with the skilled nursing care, the way that Medicare works is the first 20 days of a skilled nursing care stay, think rehab, after an injury or if you need just skilled care in a facility, the first 20 days are covered by Part A. From days 21 to 100, you'd have a $204 per night copayment. Again, that will also get covered by a supplement if you choose to go that route. But after day 100, you have to pay for everything at that point. So this is critical to think about, where if you have original Medicare Part A or you have a Medicare Advantage plan, if you have original Medicare Part A, Part B with a supplement, or a Medicare Advantage plan, it's important to know this skilled nursing care gap and that you're really only covered for 100 days at that point, and then it's on you. There's products that are available that you can add to help cover past that 100 days if you choose to, obviously at a premium. So when we think about Part A, it's premium free, it's your inpatient hospital coverage. It does cover a lot, especially when paired with the Medicare Supplement plan. You have virtually no out-of-pocket costs if you pair it with a Medicare Supplement plan and you're in the hospital. The biggest exposure and what's not covered is that skilled nursing care. Past that 100 days, you are now on your own to cover that cost in the facility. And it's the number one thing that isn't talked about enough, in my opinion, about Medicare is that gap in coverage when it comes to skilled care. So today, Medicare Part A Explained video, we talked about what it is, what the costs are, how most people add a supplement plan to go with it to help cover a lot of those co-payments that I talked about here today, and the biggest exposure being skilled care. In our next Medicare Basics series, we're going to dive into Medicare Part B Explained, really go through the numbers of what that looks like. If you found this video of value, please hit that like button. And if you're turning 65 or you're helping a loved one through this, drop any questions or comments you have in the comment section below. I'm happy to go through those and answer them personally. And if you'd like to be notified as we post new videos here to YouTube, click that red subscribe button. That'll allow you to be notified when we post new Medicare videos here to our channel. Thanks for watching today.